Hello everybody, hope you enjoyed my welcome there. It's great to be here. Thank you ever so much for your time. Now, I don't know where you're listening to me. You could be listening on my Results Mastery podcast, and if you're not signed up for that, then I strongly recommend you do. We're currently getting around about 7,000 views every single time we do a show on there, which is great. We're on iTunes, we're on Amazon Music, we're on about 30 different places there, so we've got that sort of pretty much working really well. We're on LinkedIn Live today, and we're also on Facebook Live and on YouTube Live. And I love the fact that we can do that. I always tell everybody every single time I do this, which is pretty much every day, I tell people about that because I think, it's not about me bragging, aren't I great? It's about me saying, look, you could do this as well. You can get a message out. You can go and speak to thousands of people every day. And what does this cost me? It's virtually nothing. I think I pay something like $100 a year for my podcast, and I can do that 20 times a day if I wanted to, and I pay $25, I think it's dollars, yeah it is, dollars per month for something called StreamYard, which allows me to stream it to the different places. So, I think it's absolutely brilliant. I strongly encourage you to do the same. If you need any help doing that, by all means give me a shout, and I'll try and help you out, as they say. So today we're looking at the question is, I suppose, is if you don't have time to do some sales and marketing training, then you don't have time to grow your business. That's really the overall subject. But I want to start by just talking about this thing called time. I don't have time to do, and it's almost like fill in the blank. I don't have time to learn more, to do some training, to, do our accounts, to, do the VAT, to, market my business, and so on and so forth. And I think, one of the biggest things that I see so incredibly often with businesses and why they don't succeed is because they don't have time to succeed. They're too busy operationally, whether it's repairing cars, doing coaching, doing sets of accounts, writing documents, doing the stuff of the business takes probably 90% of your time. If you're a small business owner, if you're a slightly larger business owner, then, one would assume that you've got more time because you've got more people can do stuff for you. But no doubt you still, find yourself incredibly busy. But the one thing I can tell you about time is you and I have got the same amount of time as, Richard Branson or any other, famous business entrepreneurs. In fact, that's the one thing we've got even. We're not necessarily from the same background or the same country or the same, financial situation when we start out, but we've all got exactly the same amount of time. So, it's just a matter of how you're going to use it. And, I'm here today to tell you that, if you want to grow your business, if you think about it, how can you grow your business? Let's just really nail that to start with. Well, the purpose of a business, let's talk about that even. The purpose of a business is to make a profit. That's why you're there. Even if you run a charity, you've got to make a profit in that charity so that charity can do good things to help people, which is brilliant. But without a profit, you ain't going to do that. And so you've still got to make a profit. The purpose of the business is to make a profit. There are only two ways of making a profit, really, or making more profit. One is to reduce costs, and the second is to increase sales. That's it. Now you say, well, I could acquire another business. Well, that's known as increasing sales, isn't it? I could, save money. Yeah, you absolutely could, and you should. I'm sure there's 2%, 5%, 10%, perhaps even 20% that you could save in your business right now. But even then, it's limited. Even if you could run a business that doesn't spend anything, which is pretty much impossible, but if your turnover was £1 million and your cost was zero, it's still only £1 million, isn't it? And if you want to get it beyond that, then you've got to increase sales, which is the second thing. So reduce costs, yes, go and do it now. Go and work on something to reduce costs. And then when you've done that, or along the same time, we've got to work out how we can increase sales. And there's three ways of getting more leads. I'm sure you've heard this. That one is to get more customers, fairly obvious. Two is to increase the average transaction value, the average amount of money each person spends each time they buy from you. And three is to increase the frequency of repurchase. What you may not have thought of is what are you doing under those three categories? And for most people, they spend most of their time, in fact, probably too much time, working on selling to strangers. Yeah, that's the hardest thing to do. It is far easier to sell something to somebody that you sell it to now or that you've sold it to before. And so increasing the average unit of sale and the frequency of repurchase are often the easier things to do, but they're often the more neglected things to do because we have this big thing about getting new customers. And whilst it is a good thing, it's also more expensive, more difficult, and just harder to do. Why would you spend all your time and effort doing that? But anyway, let's move on from that. Let's assume that we're using all those three vehicles to grow our business. The next thing we need to think about is the conversion rate, because those three things, unless you've got like an online site or a shop or something like that, you're probably not going to get sales. You're probably going to get leads. In my business, I get an inquiry, it comes in, I have a meeting with them, I find out what they're doing, what they're not doing, and then I put together a set of proposals of what they need to do to try to move things forward. Oh, by the way, just before I carry on, you see here, there's something called the Results Mastery University. This is a free online opportunity for you to network, share best practice, ask questions of other business owners, and you can join this for free. Go to my website. There's also an upgrade where you can gain access to over 250 different sales and marketing training sessions for 25 quid a month. To be honest, it's a no-brainer. You really ought to do that. If you want to do that, as I say, go to my website. If you have any problems, give me a call or get in touch in some way. My email address, by the way, is steve@steve-mills.com. Where were we? Yeah, so we're looking at improving the conversion rates. Now, if you think about, what you're achieving right now in terms of how many leads are coming into your business on a monthly basis and what your conversion rates are, whatever the number is, I'm sure it could be better. I've never met a business, and I've been doing this for 28 years now, working in thousands of businesses in hundreds of industries, not quite all over the world, but I've been to Singapore and Australia, Malaysia, Dubai, Abu Dhabi, Switzerland, many, many countries. And, it's the same fundamental problems that people don't put enough time and effort into things and then don't get the rewards. It's like, if I give you an example here, people tell me, well, I'm on LinkedIn, but I don't do very much. Or will we post once a month? Or we post once a week on LinkedIn, on Facebook? No, that's not for business. Email list? No, I've not got one of those, Steve. No, we've not got a database even. Facebook advertising? Oh, I tried that, it didn't work. Don't work in our industry. I've heard these things so many times, and all of those are wrong. We've got to put time and effort in. It's a little bit like the person who joins the gym and then goes down there once every 6 weeks, spends quarter of an hour doing some curls, and then goes and has a jacuzzi. That ain't going to get you fit. We've got to get busy. We've got to get your business fit. And to do that, we've got to go to the marketing and the sales gym on a regular basis. Again, it's no use, really, to be honest, you come in on a one-day workshop with me on sales, for example, and then thinking, right, okay, that's it. I've done now. I've trained my team in sales. Yippee. No, you haven't. You've taken the first steps on that ladder. They need training on an ongoing basis. We all do. If we're going to be good at tennis, you don't go, oh well, I've had a lesson with Andy Murray, so now I'm sorted. No, we need that coaching on an ongoing basis, and from somebody who's good and knows what they're talking about. So we need coaching on an ongoing basis. So, if you think about that from a business point of view, my question to you is, what are you doing? What are you doing in terms of training yourself and or your team? Now, don't come up with the excuse that, I haven't got time, it's not true. You've got as much time as anybody. We've all got time. I train myself every morning from 7 to 7:30. 7 to 7:30 sales. I'm watching videos. I'm doing training. If you look behind me, you can see, where is it? It's not. It's very confusing. It's there, right? Now that black box is straight line sales training. And that box there is called Mastering Influence, right? Those two boxes cost me in excess of £2,000. And I use they're in the old DVDs. Remember those? So if you look over there, that's my DVD player. Can you believe I've got one of those? Well, I still have, because I bought this £2,000 worth of training, and so I need that to be able to do that training. I do it on my TV that you can see again in my background there. So that's the level of investment in time, effort and money that you need to make. As I say, if you do want to join that Results Mastery and pay me 25 quid a month, that'll get you LinkedIn Mastery, Facebook Mastery, SEO Mastery, Website Mastery. There's like 14 different titles, each containing 10, 20 videos, something like that. So you get huge value from it. And you can train your whole team. And I'm not just here trying to pitch that. I'm here trying to help you. So let's go back to what we're saying and thinking. Think about what you're doing in terms of your results, because that's what really matters. What results are you getting right now? So if you're getting, 20 leads coming into your business right now per month, and really you'd like to get to 40 leads or 50 leads, then something's got to change. Now, if you're one of these people that are out there saying, well, I'm not really into digital marketing, or I'm on LinkedIn, but I don't really understand it, or SEO, no, I don't. I know what it is. It's search engine optimization, but no, I don't understand that at all, Steve. You cannot keep saying that in this modern world that we live in. Why? Because the old saying that if you always do what you've always done, then you'll always get what you've always got is no longer true. And even doing this modern digital marketing that we're doing right now, I can tell you in a year, it's going to be totally different. The truth is, next week, it could be totally different, I'm learning new stuff almost on a weekly basis. Despite the grey hair, I'm really up to date with modern technology and modern marketing and the latest whatever, use of AI, which I did a LinkedIn Live on the other day, and I came up with, I think, some great ideas and thoughts around it. Yes, it can be used for bad things, but it can also be used for lots of great things. And if you decide to, it's not for you and you're not going to use it, then you're just falling behind every day. If you're not doing this stuff, if you're not training yourself and your team, and you're not taking action based on that training, then every day you're falling behind your competition, day in, day out. And so much so that in a year, in 2 years, in 3 years, the implications of that are really potentially dire. If you're still using a fax machine, and if you've maybe got DVDs still, although the way I use them, it doesn't really matter. But if you're still using old technology, then, you've got a problem. I've got a mobile phone in front of me, which I'm recording my podcast on, and on the front of it, I can't show you because I'm recording at the moment, but it says these words. It says, "Pick me up and I'll make you money." Pick me up and I'll make you money on my phone, right? And it's there. It's sat on my desk right in front of me all day, every day. So I need to pick the phone up. I need to make those sales calls. Just spending your time posting on LinkedIn, thinking you've done your LinkedIn marketing just ain't true. You need to talk to people on LinkedIn. The more people you talk to, the more money will end up in your pocket. It's as simple as that. So that's it, I think. I'm on 17 minutes, so my time is up. I hope that's been of value. If you want to join Results Mastery University, just do that. That's absolutely fine. You can do that there. You can join it for free, or you can pay for the upgrade, which gives you access to all the training, which costs 25 quid a month for your whole company, for the whole team. It is a no-brainer. It will go up, but once you're signed into the £25 service, that's it. It'll stay the same forever. It's going to go up in the next few months to £100, but it ain't that yet. And that's not some gimmicky sales deal. That's probably the new year by the time it goes up, once I've got to 100 members. So the goal is 1,000 members. So once I get to 100 members, I'm going to put the price up. Okay, so we're in beta mode at the moment with it. Okay, anyway, that's it. If you want to meet with me, give me a shout. Again, easiest way, go to my website. There's these gold buttons on there, just like the one here that you can see, except it says book a meeting with Steve. So you can go there, book a meeting with me, and we can talk about you, your business, your marketing, and where we might be able to take it together. So thanks very much for listening, and hopefully I'll see you again next week. Thanks very much.